Well, we always sat down at dinner together. My father would come in for dinner and then ultimately go back to work, which is sort of a pattern that lawyers that are successful follow because it requires so much work. But we would gather at the dinner table. There would be the usual conversation about what was going on in the world, why it was important. My mother was, interestingly, her history was a bit unusual. She was a child born out of wedlock. She didn't realize that who her father. She thought that her father was Bonnie King, and so she's struggled to achieve some sense of real identity. These things didn't come to light until much later in her life. But her mother was actually married to a fellow named Orr, Dr. Pittman Orr, I believe was his name. And at the time she was born, Orr was on her birth certificate. But she always knew Bonnie King to be her father, and it was her natural father. And so I think overlaying that on the fact that she was just the most beautiful blonde woman, that when the Paducah Sun-Democrat ran the first color picture in their newspaper, it was a picture of her. And it was fabulous. My mom's name, Mary Elizabeth.
Mary Elizabeth.
King, McMurray. And she worked for the railroad. She had two years of college down in Gulfport, Mississippi, at a sort of almost like a debutante school. We have actual video movies, black and white of course, of their graduation down there, and all these women are dressed up in these amazing outfits, very Southern experience. But when she came back to Paducah, she went to work for the railroad, the Illinois Central Gulf Railroad, I believe it was called at the time, and experienced a great deal of discrimination. She struggled with being put down as I think secretarial positions might have all experienced for women. And she was overqualified for the job, and I think frustration made her near to crazy, and she decided, by golly, I'm going to quit doing this and just stay home, raise 4 kids. So I'm the second oldest. My oldest, my brother is my oldest sibling. He is a year older than I am, John Pelham McMurray, and then I have 2 sisters, Bonnie McMurray, the next oldest, and then Sally, who has passed away, Sally McMurray, who was 7 years older than me. Mm-hmm. So we had quite a rich, colorful experience in a very black and white world, living in Paducah.